Happy Thursday, scholars. Today is our last video of the school year, and I know you're going to rock it, and I can't wait to see you all at our Zoom party today at 4 p.m. For today, we are going to get started on Module 6, Lesson 26. Today is all about word problems again, so if you need help from a parent or a cousin or a brother or sister to help you write these word problems on your page, make sure you're asking for help. We are going to start reading on 2. 1, 2. Imani walked for 22 minutes to get to London's house. The next day, London took a shortcut and walked to Imani's house in 14 minutes. How much shorter was London's house? So I think the problem here means to say how much shorter was the walk to London's house. Sorry, that's Miss Javady's fault. Let's get started. So first things first, we are always going to mark up the problem. I see a number here, 22 minutes. I see another number over here, 14 minutes. I know that Imani walked for 22 minutes and London walked for 14 minutes. The problem is asking us how much shorter or what's the difference between these two numbers. To find the difference between these two numbers, you can choose to set up either a regular or a double tape diagram. I'm going to stick with the double tape diagram. So I'm going to draw one bar first, and then I'm going to draw another bar. And which bar do you think belongs to London? That's right, it's the second one down here. This tape, is for London because it's the shorter one. We know that London walked, the shorter one right here is for London because we know that London walked the shorter number of minutes, which was 14. So we'll label that 14. And Imani walked for a longer time. She walked for 22 minutes. So her tape is going to be the longer tape. Now, the question says, how much shorter was London's walk? So that means we're looking for the difference from the end of London's tape to the end of Imani's tape, this length right here. To do that, you can set up either a subtraction number sentence where we start with the larger number and subtracting the smaller part that we know to find the unknown part, or you can start with the part that we know, and we know that there were some amount of minutes between London's house and London's walk and Imani's walk, and then you can get to the total of Imani's walk. To do this problem, I think it might be easiest to grab 14 and count up to 22. Let's do it together. Everyone say 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. How many fingers are you holding up? We're holding up 8 fingers. That means that the difference between these two numbers is 8 minutes. So Imani's, walk is 8 minutes longer than London's walk. But the question asks us how much shorter was London's walk. It also means that London's walk is 8 minutes shorter than Imani's walk. We're going to read this next one together, then you're going to solve on your own. Abigail's soccer team has 23 players. Ella's soccer team has 8 fewer players. How many players are on Ella's soccer team? Pause and solve on your own. I'll meet you back. Let's see how you did. So first things first, we're going to mark up the problem. I see Abigail has 23. Ella has 8 fewer. And remember that I also circled the word fewer because that's a really important word, and I want to make sure that I remember it and see it right here in my problem. Now the problem's asking us how many players are on Ella's soccer team. So we don't know how many exactly, but we know that it's 8 fewer than whatever Abigail has. So to set up my tape diagram, I first put a tape for Ella that was shorter than the tape for Abigail. Then I split up Abigail's tape for this same length that is Ella's tape. I drew a line on Abigail's tape. So I drew a line to show that this part of Abigail's tape is equal to this part of Ella's tape. Then I knew that Abigail had 8 more than Ella, so the part that goes after that is longer than Ella's tape, I wrote 8 right there because I know this part is equal to 8. But I know the total of Abigail's tape is equal to 23. So I need to find out what number goes in this part of Abigail's tape will also be the same number that goes in Ella's tape. So to do that, I wrote a number sentence subtracting the bigger number, the total of Abigail's tape, minus the part that we know. Let's grab 23 and count down 8 times. This one's tricky, so you gotta stay with me. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. We counted down 8 times and we landed at 15. That means that this part of Abigail's tape is equal to 15. And that means that Ella's tape is also equal to 15. Let's read the answer statement together. There are 15 players on Ella's soccer team. Nice job, scholars, if you got that one. Let's go on to the next one. We're reading on 2:1-2. After dinner, Leonardo ate 25 M&Ms. Robert ate 9 more M&Ms. How many M&Ms did Robert eat? I love M&Ms. You're going to pause and solve on your own. Let's see how you did. Remember, you're checking your work with mine to make sure you got all the parts. So first things first, we're always going to mark up our problems. I see a number here, 25 for Leonardo, and I see Robert ate 9 more. Remember that I circle the word more because it's a really important part of the problem. Then the question's asking us, how many M&Ms did Robert eat? So we know that Leo ate 25, but now we're looking for Robert's. So first I set up one tape for Leo to show 25 M&Ms, and I labeled it L for Leo. Then I set up a second tape that was a little bit longer to show Robert's same amount as Leo, which is 25, plus 9 more. And I labeled it R for Robert. I don't know the total of how many M&Ms Robert has eaten, but now we're going to find out. To solve this problem, I'm going to use the make 10 strategy. So I have 25. I know I need 5 more to make the next 10, and then that would leave me with a part of 4. So I'm going to circle 25 and 5, which makes 30. 30 plus 4 is 34. And so I know Robert ate 34 M&Ms. And let's read our answer statement together. It says, Robert ate 34 M&Ms. Nice job, scholars. These next problems are your independent practice. From now on, you are going to be responsible for writing your own answer statement on each of these problems. So remember, you're writing a full statement or a full sentence to answer the question in the word problem. Scholars, you're going to rock it. Awesome job on all your hard work this school year. I am so proud of each and every one of you. And don't forget to log on to Zern today. Have an awesome Thursday and can't wait to see you at our Zoom party.